Well, good morning, woodworkers. A few months ago I decided that I would build a shoe changing stool, and so I built a prototype out of just old scrap wood, and it worked so well I decided that I would fix one up for use in the house when I change from my shoes into my slippers. And so here's what I did. This is kind of the overview of what this stool turned out to be. It's got a shelf here in the front, and this is sloped at an angle so that you can stick your shoes in there after you've taken them off and they don't fall out of the front when you pick up your stool and put it away. And I don't know what you think of the idea, but I cut a hole here in the top for so I can pick it up easily, and it's balanced out just about right when you get a pair of shoes sitting here in the bottom shelf. What I want to show you is some of the basics on this. As you'll see later on in the video, that I have cut out a spot here on each one of the legs, so that we just have 4 little spots on the stool, which set on the carpet nicely and don't want to wobble around so bad. And the other thing is that I put a brace piece in here on the front to stabilize things. On the back I put a little board in here so that the shoes don't try to fall out at the back. My makeshift workbench, my table saw surface. So what I've done to get started, I have cut, first of all, let's get things organized here a little bit. I have cut the top of the stool is going to be 12 by 12 inches. Well, this is not quite 12 inches, so we'll deal with it. Sometimes things don't work out the way you plan. Okay, this is the shelf, and it's going to be 11 inches by 11 and just about 11 7/8. And what I've done on the shelf is I've cut a 10-degree angle on the front and on the back, so that the object there is that this can set at a slight angle, sort of the way I'm showing it here. That way when you set your shoes in from the front of the stool, then they're not going to slide out the front, and you can move the stool around without anything sliding out. It's really only good for one pair of shoes, which is fine because you don't need a great big stool for this project. Over here at the bandsaw, I cut a relief here in the bottom of the legs, so that we just have a nice contour shape here so that it won't wobble on the floor. Well, barring any unforeseen casualties, I think we're ready to assemble this thing. Well, let's see how this works. Get my apron off and out of the way. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not so bad. Unlace my shoes. See how easy that is? Now I'll get the other shoe off. What do you think? So this will be it for Wayne for this week. I hope everything is well with you, and remember that God loves you. See you next week, hopefully.